Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome to my channel. Today starts my Dewey's 24-hour readathon vlog, so stay tuned. So I decided to participate after all in Dewey's 24-hour readathon, so I thought I'd film it and spend the day hanging out with you guys. Yes, I am in my Christmas PJs, but they're cozy and it's chilly and rainy here right now, so, and I just woke up. I printed out the bingo board and I took a little quick glance over everything to see what the different prompts are. Katniss is wanting all of the attention right now. And one of them was flip a coin to pick your first read. Now, what I like about being able to complete these is it says to complete a challenge, you must read 50 pages of a book. You don't have to complete the book, you just have to read 50 pages. So, I think that'll work well. Plus, I have some books that I've already started, and Katniss, get off my bingo board. I've already started, so, like, for example, I have the Obsidian Tower here that I am 61 pages from the end, so I can use this as well for one. Okay, so one of the prompts on here is flip a coin to pick your first read. So I have the Obsidian Tower and I have Stalking Jack the Ripper. And I have a quarter here and a cat. So we're gonna say heads is Stalking Jack the Ripper and tails is the Obsidian Tower. And I'm really bad at this, so let's see if I can actually catch this. Nope. Hold on. And it was tails. I don't know if you can actually see. It's tails. Anyway, so that means I will be starting out with the Obsidian Tower. I don't know if this works for anything else. Oh, there is one that says to read in your PJs, so it does work for that. Okay, so I am going to go and make me a cup of coffee and sit down at the table and start reading this. There is another thing that says read in 3 separate locations. It can be in your house, like bed, couch, patio. So maybe I'll be able to get this one done in 3 different locations. I don't know. We'll see. But, yeah, I'm going to go sit at my table, have some coffee, and read. Okay, so I just finished reading The Obsidian Tower and I really enjoyed it. I think I'm going to give it 4 stars. This is an adult epic fantasy. It follows a girl named Rhysandra who, her whole family are viviomancers. And that means they have like this life magic, so they can like make things grow and they can control living things like that. They can heal, that kind of stuff. Except when Rhysandra was young, she got really sick right around the time that her stuff was developing, and her magic kind of broke or got messed up and didn't form completely. So instead of life, hers is more like death. Her magic unravels life, so nobody can touch her or anything like that because she'll kill them. And she spends her whole life trying to avoid people touching her or anything like that. The Obsidian Tower is part of the castle. She is a warden for this castle, and her family is like the ruling people. Anyway, they guard this Obsidian Tower, and the door is supposed to always remain sealed, and well, things happen, the door gets unsealed, and literally all hell breaks loose. Or some of it anyway. It was really good. I've actually pre-ordered the sequel, which is called The Quicksilver Court, I believe, and that comes out in October of this year. So because I finished this and I read at least 50 pages, I was able to mark a few things on the board complete. So we have flip a coin to pick your first read, read in 3 separate locations, and read in your PJs. And then with the free space, I have 4 of the blocks marked. And now I think I'm going to work on Stalking Jack the Ripper next, just because I have the audiobook for this as well, and I want to like go and get myself dressed, maybe brush my hair, maybe clean up a little bit. So let's see which challenges this might work for on the board. Oh, and it's almost 11, and starting at 11 there is a little challenge, a mini challenge going on, where over that next hour, any names of people that come up in here, you have to write them down, and then hold on, let me see what it says. I want you to keep track of all the characters you meet / read about for this hour. Could be a main character, side character, etc. As long as they have a formal name, they count. At the end of the hour, look at the list you've assembled. If you had to pick a new name for yourself from all the characters you met in this hour, what name would you select? So in an hour, I'll come back and let you know. So that I can count this for participating in a challenge, not including bingo. I can probably read a total of 150 pages. So let's see. I'm currently on page 33 of this, so I'd have to get to 183, which shouldn't be too terribly difficult. And let's see. There's one that says read a book with an even number page count. How many pages does this have? 318. So this could work for that. There's also one that says read a book published before 2000. I'm not sure when this came out. Oh yeah, this came out in 2016, so not this one. Oh, and this could work for read a book recommended or gifted to you, because my friend Clint recommended this book to me a lot. So I can count this for that as well. Okay, so that'll get a couple more knocked out. So I will be back in an hour and let you know the names that I came up with. All right, talk to you in a bit. Okay, so it is now 12 o'clock and I wrote down the names. We have Audrey Rose Wadsworth, that's our main character. Jonathan is her uncle. Thomas is a student of her uncle. Miss Nichols is a murder victim. Nathaniel is her brother. Annie Chapman is another murder victim. And Amelia is her aunt. And I think if I had to choose any of those names, I really like Audrey Rose, or just Rose. But I'm being quick with this check-in. I got to only page 65 of it because I was also trying to like catch little bits of one of the panels from Y'all West. But it is now time for a 1 hour reading sprint, so I'm going to participate in that and get as much read of this as I can during that time, so I can also mark off that on here as well. So I will be back shortly. Oh yeah, I almost forgot that there was another square on here that says read a book with a character that shares similar characteristics as you. And when they were describing Annie Chapman, she's in her 40s, same as me. She's approximately 5 feet tall, same as me. We have different color eyes. Both have shoulder length hair, wavy hair. I don't have dark brown because this, but so yeah, that fits. Okay, continuing on, and my battery's about to die.
Hand shot out, gently circling my wrist. I gasped, drawing my hand back and glanced around. Thankfully, no one had seen his indiscretion. I swatted away his second attempt.
Okay, it is now 1 o'clock and I did my 1 hour reading sprint. I'm currently on page, let's see, 123 of Stalking Jack the Ripper. And I think at this point in time, it stopped raining and I want to go and get out of the house for a little bit. So I'm gonna go and do a little book shopping. My local Books A Million is going out of business. They thought they were going to go out of business back in the winter, and I don't know, there was a recovery or something. People actually started going back and shopping, and it's gone back down. So they're now set to close by the end of the summer. So I want to go and do a little shopping there. Everything's at 20% off right now. See what I can find, and I'll take you along with me. So I just stopped at the post office to check my mail, and I got 2 packages. I'm not sure what these are, so I thought I'd open them up real quick here. The lighting may not be the best, but we're gonna go with it. Okay, what do we have here? Ooh, Starvation by Molly Finnig. And it's autographed by the author. Is there something in here? It says, Melanie, I hope you enjoy reading this as much as I enjoyed writing it. Molly. I can't remember. I'm guessing this author reached out to me, but maybe it's been a minute. This says, 16-year-old Wes McCoy is not the favorite child. He does not have a wrestling scholarship to Stanford, nor does he live up to the family legacy as an athlete, unlike his brother Jason. But when Jason dies in a car accident on the way to the state high school wrestling championship, Wes turns to food to give him the control over his life he didn't have before, and the kind of success he never tasted. Oh yeah, I remember the author reaching out to me because I remember reading this. Told through alternating past and present chapters revolving around Jason's death, Wes must come to terms with more than Jason's death. There's Kalia, I think, a defiant girl who introduces him to the painful pleasure of starving. And there's Colin, Wes's best friend, who speaks in Shakespearean insults and with whom his relationship is irreparably damaged. But most of all, Wes must take back control from his eating disorder as he learns more about himself and the mystery surrounding Jason's accident before he loses his life and those closest to him. So very cool. Yeah, I do remember reading about this, and it's only 225 pages. I don't know if I'll try to squeeze this in this month or not. just because I still have quite a few books and not a lot of days left in this month, but we'll see. And then we got whatever this big package is. I'm going to have to use my keys to try to cut into it. Okay, so I realized what this is once I opened it up. So Ariel Castleman, her name on Instagram is Dark Rose Guild. She sent me a picture of this a little box set that she has that she was getting rid of, and asked if I wanted it, and I said, I looked it up and I thought it sounded really cute, and so I said sure. And it looks like she sent me something else in addition to that, but let's see. What she asked me about was the Diane Duane's Box of Wizardry 3-book set. Let's see. The first book says, it's called So You Want to Be a Wizard. Something stopped Nita's hand as it ran along the bookshelf. She looked and found that one of the books had a loose thread at the top of its spine. It was one of those So You Want to Be a blank books. Series on careers. So you want to be a pilot and a scientist, a writer. But this one said, So You Want to Be a Wizard. I don't believe this, Nita thought. She shut the book and stood there, holding it in her hand, confused, amazed, suspicious, and delighted. If it was a joke, it was a great one. If it wasn't, ... I thought that sounded really cute. So she sent me that. And then something else in here. It got a little bent up. Ooh. This is Shadow Scale by Rachel Hartman. It says it's the sequel to Serafina. I do believe I have Serafina. Let me look. Okay, I don't have it marked on Goodreads, so maybe it's in a box that I haven't unpacked because I scanned all my stuff into Goodreads. But I feel like I have it. And this is the sequel, and it's thick. But I can tell you about Serafina. It says in her debut... It says, in her New York Times best-selling and Morris Award-winning debut, Rachel Hartman introduces mathematical dragons in an alternative medieval world to fantasy and science fiction readers of all ages. 4 decades apiece have done little to ease the mistrust between humans and dragons in the kingdom of Gored. Folding themselves into human shape, dragons attend court as ambassadors and lend their rational mathematical minds to universities as scholars and teachers. As the treaty's anniversary draws near, however, tensions are high. Serafina Dombeg has reason to fear both sides. An unusually gifted musician, she joins the court just as a member of the royal family is murdered, in suspiciously draconian fashion. Serafina is drawn into the investigation, partnering with the captain of the Queen's Guard, the dangerously perceptive Prince Lucian Kiggs. While they begin to uncover hints of a sinister plot to destroy the peace, Serafina struggles to protect her own secret, the secret behind her musical gift, one so terrible that its discovery could mean her very life. And then, there's one other thing in here, and it is a cute little envelope with some stickers on it, and it says, Completely Melanie, read me. So let me glance over it and see if it's something I can read on camera, or if this is private. So it just says that she hopes I enjoy the books, and the box set she got a couple of years ago at her local library and was interested at the time and kind of lost interest, and she has to clean out due to moving for college and make room for new ones. And the other, she replaced her copy and found a matching copy, so she has both of them in library bindings. And then she kind of tells me a little about the books. So thank you so much, Ariel. This is very sweet, and I definitely look forward to reading these. Also, I'm going to keep this because it's adorable. Which I actually keep any like notes and cards and stuff that anybody sends me because I love them. Okay, let's go on to the bookstore. may not have just spent $200 on a whole bunch of stuff in there. I'll show you what I got when I get home. Okay, so I am back home. Actually, I've been home for a little bit now. I was starving when I got here, so I had something to eat. And then it was getting close to time for Marty to leave for work, so I saw him off to work. While I was eating, I actually finished, where is it? Where's my book? Hold on. Okay, so I finished Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco, and I really, really enjoyed it. I'm going to give this 4 stars. This was a lot of fun. It's really about Audrey Rose Wentworth, and she is like, well, it's not about her, but she's our main character. She is big into forensic studies and learning from her uncle who does like forensics and like checking out dead bodies and figuring out what happened to them. And then Jack the Ripper kind of, well, he starts murdering people, and Audrey and her uncle and a student of his, Thomas, I forgot what Thomas's the last name is. But anyway, her uncle and Thomas are all trying to figure out what happened to these women, how they were killed, and Audrey and Thomas, they are hunting for Jack the Ripper and trying to catch this person. And this was good. I didn't see things coming, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I give this 4 stars. And I think because I have to put away stuff and I still need to clean up from filming that I did yesterday, and I need to do some laundry, I'm actually going to start another audiobook. And but I'm not going to continue with it all the way to the end because I want to get some other stuff read as well. But I have the audiobook of The Cousins by Karen M. McManus, and I'm going to use this for read a standalone and a book set in spring or summer, because this is, they go to their grandparents' house, I believe it is, yeah, over the summer, and learn all kinds of things about their family. I think that's the only things that this can count for. Yeah. But by completing a book set in the spring or summer, that actually gets me that bingo there. Though I'm going to continue anyway. But yeah, I'm going to listen to this, get some stuff done, and then I'm going to switch to a different book. But I wanted to show you really quickly what all I got at Books A Million. I'm not going to go into details about all of these books because there's a lot of them. But first, let me show you the things that are not books. I got me this really cute Taurus mug. It's got the constellation on it. And if you don't know, I'm a Taurus. My birthday is in how many days? 13 days. Yay! Anyway, I thought this was really cute. I also got these Flying Cauldron butterscotch beers. Like, I love this stuff so much. And Books A Million carries it, and they sell it for like $7.99, but because of the sale, it ended up being like $5 and something. So yay. And then I also got a cute little fan. So a little book fan. It looks like this. And there's even like a little bookmark. How cute is that? And it's book pages made into a fan. I love it. That was totally an impulse buy because that was at the register. Anyway, I got a bunch of shirts. So I have Books Make Me Happy, You Not So Much. Bookmarks are for quitters. I got this sweatshirt. It says, and she never gave up. This shirt that says, I do what I want. This one says, I'm with the band 1929 to 2011, and it's banned as in banned books. And then on the back, it's like a concert t-shirt, but it's banned book tour. And so it has the year the book was banned, what the book was, and where it was banned, like what city. I thought that was cute. Then we got Boys and Books Are Better. And hashtag thanks Simon. Okay, so those are all of the not book items. So as far as the books go, we have The Night Country by Melissa Albert. The Crooked Staircase by Dean Koontz. I really should have checked to make sure I didn't have that one. I hope I don't. There's no returns on these because of the going out of business thing. Then we've got The Forbidden Door by Dean Koontz. These are both part of the Jane Hawk series. I don't think I have those. Then we have Providence by Carolyn Kepnes. Stranger Than Fiction by Chris Colfer. Pieces of Her by Karen Slaughter. The Initial Insult by Mindy McGinnis. Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. The Whisper Man by Alex North. The Project by Courtney Summers. What's Not to Love by Emily Wimberly and Austin Segman-Broca. A Tale of Witchcraft by Chris Colfer, and this is actually a signed copy. And then the last book is Arusha and the City of Gold by Roshani Chashki. And this is book 4. I didn't look to see if they had book 3. This was just on a table. But it looks like I still need to get book 3. I have 1 and 2 already. But oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 books, 6 shirts, a sweater or a sweatshirt, a mug, a book fan, and 3 of these little 4-packs. And it was only $200, like right at $200. Let's see. Yeah, it was like $216 and some change. So I'm happy with that. Like, I got a lot. So have you guys read any of these books? Have you not? Comment down below and let me know. Okay, I'm going to clean up my mess and get to listening to the cousins. I'll talk to you in a bit. So it is currently 9 o'clock and I'm 13 hours into this readathon. I realized that I actually covered one more thing with the cousins, and that was read a book with no supernatural elements, so a contemporary or romance or whatever, and this has none of that. Now, oh, and I also got to page 120 of this, so almost halfway maybe? Not quite halfway. But now I'm going to switch to Dignity by Jay Crownover. I did start this yesterday, but I'm only on like page 5. So, or page 4, sorry. This could do read a book with a one-word title. This is also the oldest book on my, like the book that I've owned the longest on my TBR for this month, that I, out of all the books I have remaining. So this can work for that. And I think that is all that this will work for. So now I'm just going to chill out and get 50 pages of this read. Let's see, get to page 54. I'll have to read a little bit more than that to finish my chapter. I'll have to read to page 64. Okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna read this and I will talk to you in a bit. Okay, so I had quite a few distractions since the last time I checked in with you. It is now 12:07 a.m. which means I have about 8 hours left in this readathon. I can't remember what time it was when I checked in before. I think it was 9. So it took me 3 hours to finally get to page 64 of this. Yeah, I got text messages. Sandra needed attention. I got a phone call and my friend wanted to talk for like 40 minutes. So yeah, but I did get to page 64. So I got my at least 50 pages of this. So I think for now I'm going to set this aside because I want to get some more of the squares marked off. And another one of the books that's on my TBR for this month is The Official Grimoire by Willow Rosenberg. It's from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And this one very much fits for read a book with a unique cover, because this is definitely a unique cover. Let's see when this was published. Oh, this came out in 2017, so definitely not before 2000. Okay, so I think the only thing that this will work for is the unique cover. But there is a square that says make your own bookmark. No, I'll save that for when I'm listening to an audiobook. Okay, so I'm going to read this. I haven't started this at all, so I need to get at least 50 pages in. And this is, I don't know how quickly this is going to go, but it looks like this. Some pages have a lot of writing. Others, like this, has quite a bit. Others not as much. Like that. So we'll see how long this takes me. Page 50 is probably around the 30% or the 1/3 of the book, because it's only like 150 pages ish. So yeah, just got to get through this much. Okay, I'm gonna read that, and I will check back in with you after a while. Also, I'm gonna get some like energy drink, because yeah, I'm starting to yawn and stuff. All right, I'll talk to you later. Okay, so it is now 1:35 in the morning, and I just completed, I got to page 50 of The Official Grimoire, and this is so much fun. I'm like absolutely loving it. So there's like spells, there's like journal entries from Willow, things from the paper, there's there's even a report that somebody did. And then throughout, it was like all of this was written, and then the whole gang added notes throughout. So they have like here, Xander wrote this section up here, and then Spike made a little comment that says, "Zan man, oh please," and then signed it S. Okay, Spike, or should I say, he who has called himself the big bad in the third person, go fall on something spiky. That was Xander. And then Anya said, it's the clone called Desperation. And just things like this. And I'm like reliving these episodes that are talked about in here, and it's a lot of fun. I'm definitely going to be continuing more of this later. Though for now, I want to get something to eat. So I'm going to put my audiobook on for a little while and get up and get something to eat. Move around a little bit to kind of wake myself up a little. Then I'm going to pick up Siri, Who Am I? This is another book that I'd already started before. I'm on page 54 of this. And this one can complete the challenge that says read a humorous book. I think that's the only one. Also, while I'm listening to my audiobook, I might do some of these other things that aren't like reading related, like make your own bookmark, enjoy a snack or drink that's new to you, share a recipe on social media, can be food or drink, so I might do some of those. And I will talk to you later. So it is now 4 a.m. I'm getting very, very tired. I've had a lot of coffee. I've had, let's see, throughout those 24 hours so far, I've had 2 monsters, like 0 sugar monsters, and 3 coffees. But I listened to another 50 pages of The Cousins, and then I switched to physically reading Siri, Who Am I? And I got another 55 pages of this, so I'm on page 109. I realized I didn't tell you about, gosh, any of these because I haven't finished them, but well, I think I might have with this one. It's set in the summer. They are these cousins are all invited to go to their grandmother's resort and work there and maybe get to know their grandmother. Their parents have all been disowned by this grandmother, and they all end up receiving this letter inviting them out there. But while they're there, they learn a lot of family secrets. This one, Dignity, is, I don't really know too much at this point. We have two main characters. We have No Lee and Snowden Stark. He is like big and brawny, but he's actually more like a computer genius with a big heart. And she comes to him asking for help. She's helped get the mayor's stepdaughter out of town because the mayor's stepdaughter has been the mayor has been messing around with his stepdaughter and got her pregnant, and she wants to get away. And she's a teenager. And so No Lee helps the stepdaughter escape, but the mayor wants her found and takes her she goes to Snowden asking for help to hide her because she knows the mayor's after her, and he turns her down, and then she immediately gets abducted, and he kind of takes it as his responsibility to find her and make this mayor pay. And then Siri, Who Am I? Is it's very funny. It's about a girl who, she wakes up from a coma and she doesn't remember anything about herself. She doesn't know how she ended up there at the hospital. She can't even remember her name. Nothing about her life whatsoever. And she is using her phone. She finds out from Siri. She actually says, Siri, who am I? And Siri tells her name is Mia. But it's not until like page 70 something or 80 something before she learns her last name. And she's using like her Instagram and things like that to try to figure out where she lives and what she does and who she knows and things like that. And this is a lot of fun as well. But yeah, that's what I'm reading. Now I think, oh my goodness, I still have 4 hours left. Oh, I did, okay, so, for the make your own bookmark, I'm tired. I did not get creative. Here is my bookmark. See, it says bookmark. I shared a recipe on Instagram. I took a picture of what I cooked, or what I had for my lunch. I can't speak, I'm tired. What I fixed for my lunch today. I shared that on Instagram. And then for enjoy a snack or drink that's new to you, I have this Monk Pack Keto Granola Bar. It's got 1 gram of sugar and 2 net carbs, 4 grams of protein. It's plant-based, grain-free, gluten-free, and it's maple pecan. So we're gonna try that really quick. It's not bad. Okay, at this point, I think I want to go back to reading this because I was really, I mean, I'm enjoying all of them, but I was having the most fun reading this. And I guess I'll just check back in with you either when I finish this or when my eyes get too heavy to continue physically reading. We'll see. So it is now 5:45 in the morning, and I've gotten to the point where I'm reading the same things over and over again because I'm like falling asleep in the middle of a sentence. I can't go anymore. So I'm gonna call it a night. I did almost 22 hours and I completed these 2 books, and I got a good chunk of these 4 books done. I ended up on page 104 of this, so I'm over halfway. I'm like 2/3 of the way. I ended up on page 109 of this, 64 of this, and 170 of this. And I got almost all of the squares filled out. I didn't read a book that's won an award. I don't know if any of these did, but or reread a favorite, read a book published before 2000, read a children's book, and read a book with an animal on the cover. But everything else I did complete, and I got a couple of bingos. So I think I was pretty successful with this readathon. And now I'm gonna go be very successful with my sleep. So did you guys participate in Dewey's 24-hour readathon? What did you read? Have you read any of these books? Comment down below if you did. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye!